Across this great nation, there is a culture of people who carry on a heritage. They have an intangible quality that can't be described, but it comes from deep within their hearts. They share an appreciation for the greatest things that come from Mother Earth. They watch over, understand, and care for the vast wilds of this great country. Fishing, hunting, and trapping are the foundations that Canada was built on. For over 2 centuries, we have taken to the woods and water to pursue wild game. Today, it's about conservation, preservation, and wildlife management. Whether you are a man or woman, fish or hunt, you should support sound wildlife management and proudly say, I am an angler and hunter. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters proudly presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, a proud partner of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine and Lund Boats. Yamaha ATVs. Browning Firearms. Rapala. Winchester Ammunition. Bushnell. Excalibur Crossbows. And Yukon Gear.
In 1999, the Ontario government canceled the spring bear hunt. This caused a great deal of controversy with hunters, big game managers, outfitters, and conservationists. In 2014, a limited 2-year government pilot project brought back the spring bear hunt to select areas in Ontario. I was lucky enough to participate in that hunt in the Thunder Bay region.
Right over here. He's coming in. It's alone. He's not a giant bear. You know, that could be a sow, could be a boar. I'm gonna guess it's a boar. He's got the right thickness of the neck, smaller ears, and there's no sign of a cub, so that's a perfect example of why we bait bears. Holy, that hit him like a bolt of lightning. He didn't go 15 yards. First spring bear in 15 years in Ontario, right there. Yes! This might be one of my most gratifying hunts ever.
For me, harvesting a bear is always a very exciting experience and a great way to load my freezer with high-quality meat.
I couldn't be more proud.
But the chance to encounter a true giant has always evaded me. 2015 brought the final official limited opportunity to hunt spring bear in Ontario. And again, I'm lucky enough to participate.
Make sure your safety's on. Get comfortable. Whew.
The last time we were in Thunder Bay, Ontario, we did get some trail cam shots of a big boy hitting some baits. Both my host Glenn Rivard and his son Doug had encountered big bears throughout the season. The Rivards take their hunting seriously and have a custom-built big game cooler for their own personal use. And to our surprise, Doug had already taken a brood of a boar and was in the midst of skinning and preparing it for the cooler. After seeing Doug's bear, Glenn and I both agreed that we needed to get to camp as the trail cams were jammed with countless bears at each of their bait sites. The Rivard camp is open to the entire family, and Glenn's wife Debbie, her sister Janice, and her brother-in-law Bob were also at the camp to enjoy some quality time in the woods.
Yeah, it's definitely the family camp because I hunted in the area for a number of years, and my kind of dream came true to own some land in the bush, and bought land in the area in 1992. My sons and my wife and I built the cabin and the garage and a sauna, and we catch rainwater so you can stay there for quite some time and be comfortable.
After going over some trail cam shots and laying out a game plan, Glenn and I chose our stands and headed out for an evening.
Camp's gonna get rid of the Hunter Orange. Tie my crossbow off.
strap in with my harness in the tree, and see if we can't make this happen. Now it might rain. It's supposed to rain, but I didn't wear any rain gear, so to speak. But the Yukon gear is breathable and it's waterproof, so even if it pours rain, my clothes will get wet, but I should stay dry. Let's hope it doesn't rain though. Bear hunting's awesome.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Yamaha ATVs.
Whoa. No. There's one important thing you gotta remember when you're bear hunting. Don't expect to just all of a sudden see a bear come in here. If you find laneways through the woods that you can see 50, 60 yards out, find about a dozen of those all around you, and keep scanning for them, and eventually you'll get a glimpse of some black. And that's the trick to bear hunting, is knowing the bear's coming in. And in that prime time, you know, between 6 and 9 kind of thing, you should be ready. Get your last stretch in, and then hunker down.
Time flies when you're on stand, and after nearly 5 hours, I finally had some action.
Here we go, there's a bear coming right here. Here it comes, here it comes. He's coming steady. Look how cautious that little bugger is. Looks like a small bear. That's just a juvenile. Might be about a 3-year-old bear. He's real cautious though. You hear that? There's some huffing and puffing going on and jaw popping over here. Wow, he's getting nervous. Here it comes, here it comes. Really vocal, listen to that thing. Look at that. It's a decent bear. Well, I can't believe how tolerant that it's being. It's so strange. It might be a sow. And that might be one of its cubs from like last year. That's a 3-year-old. So it's putting up with it. Bring it right in that barrel. That's probably about a 250-pound bear anyway, I'd say. It's a nice bear. I don't know. I don't think it's big enough. I'm a little concerned that it's a sow. I'd rather not shoot a sow, but that's a decent bear anyway.
My ideal scenario for taking a bear doesn't include tracking it after dark, so we decided to wait this one out. 2 days into our trip, we had some great encounters and saw evidence that there were a couple real giants hitting the baits. So what time did he message you there? 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, about 20 minutes ago.
Well, hopefully he's got good news. Glenn and his brother-in-law Bob decided to try a late morning hunt to see if they could get a big one that had been coming around noon each day. Here's the Great White Hunter. Well, you're not grinning from ear to ear.
Well, not quite. I might be later in the day. He had a nice bear. A little bit far back, I'm thinking.
Well, I think if your arrow went through them, it's a pretty good chance we'll find them.
Oh, it did. It
Yeah.
definitely went right through.
Just a little far back, you figure?
Yeah, I think it's just a bit back.
I think we'll be all right.
We got some footage.
Got it on camera?
We'll be able to have a look.
Well, let's take a look at the footage on that camera and we'll see what we're dealing with here.
All right.
I got her queued up here, buddy.
All right, let's see. Maybe we can see the hit.
Having Glenn's brother-in-law in camp, who had never experienced a bear hunt, was a pretty cool experience. He joined Glenn for the hunt and even managed to capture some great footage.
Well, you got him good there. Nice shot, Bob.
Thank you.
That's some good videography right there.
Here we go.
Big rump on him.
Yeah. No, it's really pulley bear. There's no doubt about that.
Well, let's go find him.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Minn Kota and Humminbird.
So what we're going to be doing here, normally when you knock a bear down and it expires, it lets out a bit of a moan and groan. They call it a death moan. Glenn didn't hear that, so that bear traveled a fair distance. So we're going to go back in, reenact things, look for some blood, and we should be able to find that bear no problem.
I believe he cut back in right around here.
So did you find any blood here?
I found some just up here. And then from the tree stand, I have a spot marked in there in my mind that I can direct you to, but I can probably take you down here to the first blood.
Yeah, do that, and then I'll wait for you to get to your tree stand.
That's blood right there.
Yeah. You see any blood?
Yeah, right here, right in front of the stump,
Oh, good.
right here.
Here it is.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I bet you're feeling good now.
A lot better.
It's a relief, man. That's awesome. Beautiful.
Hits all right anyway too.
Yep. Got a bit of a brown tinge.
Yeah.
That's a good looking bear. Nice job. Congratulations.
All right.
Now the work begins.
Spring bear
eh?
hunting at its best, right there. I encourage both members and non-members of the OFH that are hunters to take advantage of the spring bear hunt. They're missing out on a wonderful opportunity for a unique hunt. And hunting is well known right across North America as one of the best management tools for wildlife that you can utilize. And we're done that part. It will challenge you. There's lots of them out there. It's a great game animal. You should be proud when you harvest one and you get the chance to utilize good quality meat. I hope the powers that be make the right decision to return the spring bear hunt to where it was pre-1999.
Wow. Man.
It was my final night, and after a couple of nights of limited action, I was pretty keen on taking a bear before time ran out, as I didn't know if I'd ever get another chance to hunt spring bear in Ontario. Getting into the stand quietly and touching up the bait is a good strategy, especially if the bait's been cleaned out.
Wow, this bait is licked clean. Holy smokes. So the guys, Glenn comes in morning, sets the baits, and we don't come out to hunt till late afternoon. It doesn't get dark till 10:30 at night up here. So before we go up and sit, instead of coming in with the ATVs and all the bait and that and setting them up late afternoon and disturbing the area, I'll bring a bottle of this stuff with me. And it's just basically a liquid gel. Evolved Habitats makes it. It's called the Bear Bait Station Bait. Just open it up, squeeze the jelly deep down inside of the barrel, a little bit on the tree maybe. So when the bear does come in, the bait's gonna smell like it's full of delicious jelly donuts and sweet stuff. There. Now, I'm not gonna use it all because we might not get a bear tonight, so I'll save some for tomorrow and what'll happen now is the bears will get a taste for this, and even if they come in and smell this, now that they have a taste for it, they'll come back all the time for it. It's a great way to up the odds of getting a bear.
This was it. My senses were piqued, and I had a real good feeling a bear was coming in early.
Got a bear coming in. About 50 yards to my left. I just got a glimpse of it. It's sneaking. Definitely a juvenile bear. That's about a 3-year-old. His first year on his own. Not a bad little bear. I think that might be the same bear as last night that came out. But he's really nervous. See how he stands up on his hind legs? Like that last night, that bear that came out, 5 minutes after he came out, that bigger bear came out. He's really nervous. There must be another bear. He knows something's out there. Bear right here coming in. Oh, that's a good looking bear.
When a young bear pilfers the bait, it often draws big bears out earlier than you normally would see them. And on this night, it was definitely the case.
Oh yeah, this is a shooter. Definite shooter.
The Hunting Edge is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition.
To get the edge over this bear, I used the Excalibur Micro 335, scoped with a Bushnell Trophy XLT DOA crossbow scope, loaded with a Slayer 125 grain mechanical broadhead. My camouflage is Yukon Gear Scent Factor in Mossy Oak Breakup Infinity. A Bushnell Sport 850 rangefinder gave me an accurate distance, and a Camillus Tyrant 7 1/4 inch fixed blade did the job eviscerating this bear.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Canadian Tire.
Canada is a vast and varied land, and no one understands that better than anglers and hunters. And no one understands anglers and hunters better than Canadian Tire. With close to 500 stores coast to coast and specialized pro shops that carry an enhanced assortment of top brand names, you can be sure to find everything you need for your next fishing or hunting trip. Getting a black bear in close is one of the biggest challenges in hunting. Setting a bait station can really up your odds. Now, to make sure a bear gets a whiff of your location, it's a good idea to use a scent that will carry a long way. Tink's Hot Shot Glazed Donut Spray is made for this exact purpose. By spraying down your bait station, you can be sure bears will pick up the scent as it sends a vapor cloud downwind, and can even be sprayed on boots for the walk-in. Speaking of boots, it's a good idea to wear an insulated rubber boot like these Hunt Shield waterproof boots. A contoured ankle assures a snug fit and comfortable walking. The rubber also keeps any foreign smells from soaking into the boot. This will help you get to your stand quietly and scent-free. Whether you're an experienced hunter or just getting started, Canadian Tire has the quality brands you expect and the cool new products you need. To see more, check out your local Canadian Tire store or go online to canadiantire.ca/proshop.
Now this is definitely a boar. Oh, that's a beautiful bear. I got him. Oh, that little guy's mad. He put up a bit of a struggle, eh? You can definitely tell the difference between that bear and the bear last night. I'm gonna take him in 3, 2, 1. Wow, that's a meaty bear. That arrow didn't even pass through him. Wow, that bear is not even 50 yards from us. It didn't even run 20 yards. And that's a beautiful bear. Oh. See how that bear, the juvenile, fought him? Incredible. I got him. Wow. Oh, wow. He is beautiful. What a big bear. Look at the head on him.
Wow is all I can say. That, without a doubt, was one of my most surreal hunting experiences. And this big fella is going to the taxidermist.
Oh, wow, I can't even lift his head. It's so heavy. He is beautiful.
As we recorded this episode, we were in the last week of the second year of Ontario's pilot spring bear hunt in northwestern Ontario. You may recall the heavy lobbying that took place and the relentless work the OFAH had been doing to have the spring season reinstated. Well, you'll be glad to know that the government is listening and common sense has finally prevailed. In October 2015, the Ontario government announced that the pilot program had been extended for 5 more years and would now include all wildlife management units.
And obviously this announcement is another significant step towards fully restoring the benefits of a spring bear hunt in Ontario. It shows there is a level of understanding that spring bear hunting not only plays an important role in wildlife management, but also in the quality of life for many Ontarians.
That's probably the biggest bear I've ever shot. I'm not going to deny that. He is a tank. Ontario is blessed with a very abundant and thriving population of black bears. And with an extended spring season, I suggest you give it a try.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine. Angler and Hunter Television has been brought to you by Canadian Tire, Mercury Marine and Lund Boats, Yamaha ATVs, Browning Firearms, Rapala, Winchester Ammunition, Bushnell, Excalibur Crossbows, and Yukon Gear. For more information on the products used in this episode of Angler and Hunter Television, visit ahtv.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Remember, conserve and protect our great outdoors.